Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today I am going to teach you how to manage your renovations the right way. I'm going to break it down into some simple steps for you guys to follow in order to create a successful outcome with your development. So the first one is project planning, making sure you understand your budget, making sure you understanding timescales. You have a very deep conversation with your contractor on everything that you want achieved. So setting out the management of the project is one of the most important parts before you do anything. It is now time to assemble your team. It's time to get your structural engineers in, your architects in, your building inspectors. You don't have to use the local authority. You can pay private building inspectors. To me, I have a massive benefit from not using the local authority and using private building inspectors because it comes down to time and availability. You need to get the right contractors in place. You need to get the right landscapers in place if you're going to use a different landscaper from your original contractor that will do your development for you, or your individual trades. You have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that your planning is absolutely on point, but it's time to assemble. Now, before the project starts, you need to make sure you understand all of the legal requirements and implications. You have to put your building notice in to get your building consent. You need to make sure that you have everything ready in place for when the job starts. All of your structural engineer reports need to be back, so you've got all the calculations if you want to knock any walls out and you want to get any steels in. The engineer's reports are what the contractors need to make sure it gets signed off by the building inspectors correctly. You need to make sure that every stage is ready for when the building inspectors come out and they need to sign things off. But understanding all the legal requirements and having all of this in place is a massive part of your success. Next up, we've got demolition and construction. This is the phase that, like me, if you've watched the channel for a while, I always go back to brick. I like a clean slate so I can visualize what space I have. Now, when you go back to brick, you will see walls that need to be configured or demolished. You will see where you need to have stud walls fitted if you're making en-suites, extra bedrooms, extra bathrooms, whatever you're doing. The clean slate is the key. And at this stage, when it's the demolition and construction, this is where you need to speak to your architects, your engineers, and your contractors and ask the questions that you don't know the answers to. Because in here, as you can see, there is a steel running down this wall because I have had a goalpost frame fitted underground, above, and down both sides. I didn't know what that was 6-7 years ago, but I asked the questions. What is it? I started to understand working drawings. I started to understand what steels go in what place for what reason. So this is the stage where you need to speak to the people around you and get as much knowledge as you can. Next is communication. Keeping that line of communication open throughout the entire development is key to running a successful schedule. Now, if you can't get to the site every single week, what you can do is get your contractor to FaceTime you. Get the contractor to send updated videos, updated photos, and every single week, ask the contractor if they can give you an email of what they had done and what next week's objectives are. This way, you can clearly see where the project's at so you don't make overpayments. So you have communication, but you also need to make sure that you're aware of quality control. Now, you can only go so far with videos and photos. That is why site visits are so important. Keeping on top of the quality that is being produced in your developments is super important. When you're on site, You want to make sure that you are happy with the carpentry, you're happy with the painting and the decorating, you're happy with the kitchen fitting, you're happy with the bathroom fitting, you're happy with the floor tiles, laminated flooring, whatever is going on, quality control needs to be checked at every single aspect. And the only way that this can be done correctly is by you doing it. Budget management. Now, you have to make sure that you are on top of your finances. And the question I get asked all the time is, Steve, how do you pay the contractors and you know that you are safe and correct? Well, today I am on site whilst my contractors are actually working. You can hear them upstairs. You probably heard them throughout this video. I know, because of my experience and knowledge and my education, that my budget is exactly where it needs to be. Process of a renovation and a breakdown of refurb costs is something that every property developer should know off by heart, just like riding a bike. And you always, always, always need to know there's going to be a problem somewhere. So you have to make sure that you have a contingency of 10, 15, 20%, dependent on what development you're doing, at hand for unforeseen circumstances. Now, for all the planning in the world that you do, timeline adjustments will need to be taken into account. Developments never go 100% according to plan, but this is where you need to keep calm, keep your common sense about you, keep your wits about you, and find the solutions for the problems that you are having. A little few tips that I can give you. If you're doing individual trades, make sure you have a key lock box fitted to the property from day one so people can enter when they need to enter. Understand that overlapping trades are going to create problems with time. So you might budget 2 weeks for that to be done, but it might take 3 weeks. This is where the timeline adjustment comes into play. You need to look at the future things that are going to happen and see where you can move those around to cater for the week that you have just lost. But this is what separates great developers from developers that are only around for a couple of summers. But with the right education, the right knowledge, and the right people, again, this is an easy hurdle to cross. Final touches and inspections. Now, this is where all of the property and the development is coming together. We are at the last stages, and you are now checking to make sure you are happy with everything that's been done, because you now will have to make the final payment to the contractors in order to end your agreement. So when you go around and you're doing your final touches and you're making sure everything's correct, make sure you have a full snagging list available that you can tick off. It's so important that everything is checked at this point, because you don't want anything to happen once the contractors have gone. The contractors don't really want to come back after you said everything's great. So down below, link, there is a free snagging list that I've given for you guys to follow to make sure every single thing is correct. So there you have it, guys. Another video complete by me. If you follow these simple steps and you actually listen to what I say, you should have another completed project to add to your ever-growing portfolio. Or if you're brand new, you will have a big smile on your face, because whatever strategy you are going to use, these steps apply all the time. Building inspector sign-off should be done. Your contractor should be giving you all the certificates for whatever's needed. He should or she should be receiving the final payment, and you should all be parting ways looking at your next project or development. Guys, I am now on site at my development, so I am going to figure out, am I on track? Are my contractors where they need to be? Have I followed my own advice? Of course I have.